Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crestwood School District General Board Meeting on April 7th. We're going to call the meeting to order at 6:37 p.m. Mr. Secretary?
Trustee Amen? Here. VP Janoon?
Here.
Trustee Baydoun?
Here.
President Sabo?
Here.
Trustee Elziat?
Here.
I am here. Trustee Fawaz?
Here.
Thank you. And we are going to Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, sir.
And now for the consent agenda, Mr. Secretary.
The board recommended action, the Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed in the consent agenda, which include the April 7th, 2025 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, March 17th, 2025, and the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, March 17th, 2025, and the check register for the March 1st through March 31st, 2025.
Support. Consent agenda recommended by Secretary Williamson, supported by Trustee Amen, that the Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed on the consent agenda, which include the April 7th, 2025 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, March 17th, 2025, and the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, March 17th, 2025, and the check register for March 5th through March 31st, 2025. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you. Dr. Musalam.
Mr. President, thank you. Thank you, board. Thank you, community. Hopefully, Mr. Rashid Baydoun gets a nice picture of the crowd today. It's nice to have a packed house for some good things, going on. As a school district, our goal, no matter what, is always to try to build the best programs possible. And we're not talking about just wins. We're not talking about representing at states or nationals or whatever it may be, but it's also representing that our community is strong and our community really does have some of the best student athletes, best student engineers. There's some young men and young women in this crowd that I swear they could probably take my car apart and put it back together and make it run better. And we wanted to take advantage of this opportunity, board, to demonstrate and to illustrate and to emphasize what a great community we have here at the Crestwood School District. And with that said, I will tell you, our successes did not come easy. Our successes weren't just a straight up trajectory. We've had peaks, we've had valleys, we've had disagreements, we've had agreements, but we've had conversations to always put our kids first. So with that said, I'd like to invite up our athletic director. My apologies. I'd like to invite Mr. Rashid Baydoun to the podium as he will begin with this wonderful acknowledgement of our successes.
Thank you, Dr. Musalam. When Dr. Musalam starts, to rap, demonstrate, illustrate, he gets that cadence going, and sometimes, it's like Kendrick Lamar or Drake. You don't know what he's about to do next. But I get the distinguished honor to introduce today's board brightener. I know that the board has talked about doing more of these board brighteners and really celebrating the success of which is Crestwood. And let me tell you, the athletics has come such a long way, and it's really the dedication of our student athletes, our coaches, mentors, teachers, and of course the parents. It's the parents. And listen, I've watched a lot of these parents on the sidelines. I've seen you with your phones recording your kids, Sometimes, those very student athletes were injured one year. It didn't stop them, right? They just came back more resilient than ever. And that's really what this is all about, is celebrating all those milestones, like Dr. Musalam said. And so I get the opportunity to, like I said, introduce our athletic director, Mr. Jeff Achigan, who really walk us through this incredible accomplishments of each group represented here today. Of course, you want the athletic director to be the one to, give those specific details. Otherwise, we miss someone out, and we don't want to miss anybody out, right? But I also get to do something I've always wanted to do, and that is refer to him as our very own Maui. That's okay. He told me I can. So without further ado, I'd like to call Mr. Jeff Hachigan to the podium. And just so you know, each group will be introduced individually. As each group is recognized, we'll invite them to stand in front and center so that we can take a group picture. And then once we're done with that, parents, you're more than welcome to join or take your own personal pictures. But that's the way we're going to do it, and then the next group will go and so forth, right? And then last but not least, I'll introduce the other group that we have with us today. So without further ado, Mr. Jeff Hachigan, thank you.
Thank you guys all very much, and thank you, board. Thank you to our admin for inviting us up here, and it's truly my pleasure to bring up these teams that have actually just had great seasons and have been a great part of our success this winter season. So first, I want to talk about our girls basketball program and a great season they had. They finished this year with a 20-4 record. It is the first 20-win season in our school's history. They went undefeated in the Western Wayne Athletic Conference at 14-0 in the league record. The best player in the conference and the conference player of the year was Noor Beydoun. She averaged 21.5 points a game and 11.5 rebounds per game. Other all-conference nominees were Lama Suedan, Hiem Suedan, and Cici Jesus. And we just want to recognize them today. So if the basketball team can come on up with Coach Katie and Coach Marwa Haydar, come on up. So again, this whole group, we watched them all season long get better week by week, and they ended up getting knocked out in the playoffs to a team that went all the way around to the Final Four. So, but their season's accomplishments were amazing, and we're excited to have pretty much all of them back next year. So we're really looking bright for the future for our girls basketball program.
And then if we can just get the rest of our board. Yep, is that cool? Hassan, you get your standing right next to me. Because she's BA1. BA1. Right here. Right here. Smile. All right. Parents, any parents want to join? You're more than welcome to join. You want to take pictures?
It's time you're signing. Let's go. Next up is our boys swim team with our new coach, Brandon Figueroa, who took over the program this year, the former Crestwood graduate. He led these young men to an undefeated season in our Western Wayne Athletic Conference. They went undefeated in their entire season, except for just one loss against U of D Jesuit, who I think was ranked number 2 in the state, I believe. So that was the only, or number 1 in the state, that they win the whole thing. So that's the only loss that this group had, and it was great watching these young men compete every time. Our all-conference guys are Muhammad Hanawi, Zain Kudo, and Ahmed Hajazi. And also Nathan Figueroa. Well, come on up, guys. Congratulations to this group. They got their all-conference, trophy too. You can hold this one. Help coach out, guys. There you go.
Don't worry, guys, they don't bite, they swim.
Oh, yeah, you got more kids. The whole swim team, come on up. Yeah, who's here?
You guys all in?
Best coach ever.
Smile.
One more. Sorry. Thank you.
Our next team we want to honor is our boys wrestling team. Well, let's say just co-ed wrestling. We don't have too many girls yet, but it's growing sport. But our boys wrestling team, our head coach, Abdul Beydoun, and his assistant, Ahmed El Sayed, are here. We have, they were undefeated in the conference as well and won the conference this year. They were also our district champions. And they also had 3 state qualifiers, Hussein Krayam, Mahdi Dakrub, and Muhammad El Hawli, and I believe all of them are here. And it's great watching a sport like wrestling because it's a team sport, but at the same time, it's you and your individual on the mat. So to watch these 3 kids excel, go down the Ford field and see their teammates down there with them, and the parents were all wearing the same shirts cheering them on, it was a great experience, and I can't wait for the rest of our wrestlers to experience that too. So congratulations to the wrestling team. Come on up, guys, come on up.
I'd also like to mention that Coach Beydoun was District Coach of the Year, if I recall.
Regional
Coach of the Year, yeah.
That's right. One more.
Anyone that's behind us in training, I'm just saying, it's really awesome. Heck yeah.
Get in there. Yeah, get in there, parents, get in there.
People are like, why am I grabbing kids like that? My turn. It's my turn. Abbas, smile. That's a nice picture. That's a very nice picture.
Very nice. And our final athlete that I'm nominating or talking about today is from the Dearborn Unified Figure Skating. I don't know if everyone knows that we have a figure skater here who competes and has been invited to U.S. Olympian trials. She's also an individual state champion in her melody, and she's here today, Jenna Haidar. And I want you to know, Jenna, that after this we will be taking a picture and we will be putting a banner up in your honor as a state champion at Crestwood Dearborn Figure Skating. Congratulations.
So humble. You're a state champion, man. Like,
State champ.
that's huge. Who's that? I'm gonna take a picture. And then wait, Mom. Oh, for sure? One second.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, again, I want to thank all the athletes. Thank you, Mr. Hachigan, for that very moving experience thus far. I'd like to take a moment to also recognize a very important group, our CHS robotics team. I think they're called, I want to make sure I say this right, Charger Robotics, Team 7174, if I recall. All weekend long, I've been watching the webcasts. I've been looking at the qualifying points. I think I've become sort of hip with robotics points. I didn't even know what it was, I swear to God. But for the fourth time, this incredible team has qualified for the first Robotics World Championship, a global competition showcasing the very best in engineering, innovation, and teamwork, right? Their continued success is no accident, right? Team 7174 has put in long hours, designing, building, coding, collaborating, and they've proudly earned the place among the top teams in the world. Representing Crestwood and broader Dearborn Heights community on the international stage, that is. At this time, I'd like to invite first Hala and Fatime. They're the leads. I know there's a whole bunch of leads. Otherwise, if everyone spoke, we'd be here all night. But we love you, and we're going to allow you to have a few moments to speak about some of the successes that you've had. And the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hala Kumea. I'm the current captain, the senior captain of our team. Fatima is going to go into a little bit more of the accomplishments we've seen this season and give you guys context to that. However, I don't think that you guys can fully understand how big these accomplishments are and how pivotal they are to our team without some context. So I've been a member of our robotics team within the Crestwood School District for the past 8 years. And specifically, I've been a part of high school robotics for the past 4. When I first joined the team, we were consistently scoring at the bottom of any rankings. We were going to tournaments getting like around 32nd out of 40. It wasn't the best, but what was strong was our community impact, and that was clear to judges. So my first year, my freshman year, 4 years ago, was the first time we won the Engineering Inspiration Award at the district level. We won the award, super excited. It was a testament to how much time we had put in to doing robot demonstrations throughout our community, the amount of time we've mentored teams throughout the middle school, elementary school, and high school level. And so once we got this award, we then moved on to the state level with this award. We got chosen out of all the teams at the entire state championship to win this award, automatically qualifying us for the World Championships for the first time in our team's history. That was 4 years ago. After going to that tournament, we absolutely came out as a different team. We were motivated. We saw these robots that were absolutely unbelievable. We couldn't believe that high school students were able to make these robots and could compete on a level like this. So the next year, we came back stronger. And the year after that, we came back stronger. And the year after that, this year, we came back even stronger. So over those past 3 years, we have now qualified for the World Championships every single year. And for the past 3 years, it's been based on robot achievement alone. So our robot was what qualified us, not even just some award, which was what made it even stronger for our team to get there. Fatima will talk a little bit more about what those accomplishments look like this year specifically. But the one thing I want to highlight before she starts is she is going to talk about Worlds a little bit. When we say that we've been qualifying for the past four years, I think it's easy to think this is something easy to qualify for. Like Crestwood Robotics does it every single year. It must not be that hard, especially if you've never been to a robotics competition. You don't realize how large scale this is. I want to first highlight Michigan is the most competitive robotics district in the entire world. We have the most teams, more than any other state, more than California, which is such a bigger state, any other state, any other country in the entire world. So getting there from Michigan is even harder. And then at the World Championships, we're meeting people from all over, from China, from Turkey, from anywhere in the United States. These are people qualifying, and they are the best robots and absolutely unbelievable. I wish we could just show you how amazing these teams are and how unbelievable it is that we are competing alongside them and competing well. Fatima will talk a little bit more about what our accomplishments look like this year specifically.
Hi everyone, so I'm very excited to tell you all about a little bit more about all of our accomplishments this year specifically. So for those of you who don't know, our robotics build season starts right at the beginning of January, and our members work throughout the entire build season to build a robot, and then a few of us work on our impact and all that kind of stuff. So this year we participated in 3 different tournaments. The first one being Berrien Springs, where we ranked, we were part of Alliance number 7, and we left that event with the Engineering Inspiration Award, which is the runner-up to the most prestigious award in FIRST, and that emphasizes our dedication to making STEM accessible to our community. So whether we're mentoring through our robot demonstrations or the FLL and FTC teams that we've started, our team is constantly out in this community, as you all see, trying to make STEM accessible. The next event that we participated was in the Livonia district, where we ranked number 5, and we made it to the playoffs. And then we also left that event with the Impact Award, which is the most prestigious award in FIRST. I can't emphasize how hard it is to win this award. It really emphasizes our team's ability to make an impact within our community. So whether we've been, like, over the past years, we've packaged over 38,000 pounds of food. So whether it's our community service and getting out there and volunteering, or more of our STEM work, which is, again, mentoring, like at robot demonstrations with the kids, letting them drive our robot, our team is truly more than just robots. It's about making STEM accessible to everyone. It's about making a name for our team and our community. And then after Livonia, we did qualify out of how many teams do you have in Michigan? Yes, around 619. We were one of 180 teams, or 160 teams to qualify for the state championship, where we ended up as ranked number 12. And as Heda said, we've now qualified for the World Championship, which again is a huge, huge deal. We're one of 80 teams in Michigan that will be going to qualify for that. And then at the state championship, we also won the Team Spirit Award. So for some, this Team Spirit Award sounds really small, but to us, it's a testament to the family that we've built on our team. It's Team Spirit Award. We competed against 160 other teams, and it proves that, like, through every match that our team went up against, our members were up there cheering for every match, and it just emphasizes, again, the family we've built, and like how excited everyone on our team is for robotics. These competitions are so long. There are 80 qualification matches and then even more playoffs. So for everyone on our team to be so excited and win this award is a really huge deal.
All right, so just like we did with the different teams, the different athletic teams, we're going to ask that all the robotics members. This also includes, yeah, I know it's going to be, we're going to make some room, right? But that also includes, I know that there's mentors and there's leaders like that, a lot of the parents who've spent countless hours with you building those. We want you up there too, because it's you too that have spent all that time. So let's join us on the stage, please, as we congratulate you. And it's okay to clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. That's all. Exactly. Charger Robotics. Charger Robotics. Anyone else want to take a picture?
Good job, guys.
Thank you. That concludes the board brightener.
Mr. President, that concludes the board brightener. Thank you,
You
Mr.
know,
Rashid Bedier.
there's a reason that's called a brightener, right? It really was brightening, so thank you. Thank you for doing that. And next, we will go to public comment. Mr. Secretary?
This meeting of the board is held in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda. This is not the time for debate or argument. Do not mention any students or staff names. In order to permit a fair allotment of time, the participant speakers will be limited to 3 minutes. The president may extend this time to 5 minutes per person when needed. Up to a half an hour is provided for public input. Direct all questions to the board president. Ronald Ferenzi.
Hello. First of all, could I have about 4.5 minutes to talk?
Yeah, granted.
It may be less than that.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Reason I'm here is that I'm here to save you money, a little bit of money. So what am I talking about? Back in November, the citizens of the city voted to have several new buildings built, which is fine, but I think the amount of actual rooms is too much. Because most of the elementaries are calling to build 5 new rooms, and the high school 10. I think it's too much. But why is that? Back in February, the state of Michigan announced that Michigan had the lowest birth rate ever in the history of Michigan. And that's a trend not only in Michigan, but in the US and the world. What's interesting, so the future of the school district is all these kids, and we're going to have less and less, sometime in the future. 5 years ago from the future. And what's a coincidence is, in 5 years, all the buildings will be built just when the lowest amount of kids are going to attend. So that's kind of interesting. But this is a worldwide problem. Last week in the Wall Street Journal, the cover talked about what they're doing over in South Korea. There's a town in South Korea that if a guy likes a girl and they want to meet and go out, the city will give them $340 to have a good time. And if it clicks and they want to get married, the city will give them $14,000 because they are so desperate to have more and more people. Also, I know a lady has two real nice kids in elementary school, and I was just talking to her just recently, and and we brought up the cost of groceries, and she said that about 5-6 years ago, her groceries with her 2 kids cost around $100 to $150 every week. Now it's $300 to $350 a week, and everybody knows about that. This past few days, they talked about tariffs, and tariffs are going to increase the cost of a lot of goods. So that's going to be tough on parents. When you actually build this building, or the several buildings, because of tariffs, you're going to have to pay more, no doubt, for the wood and plumbing materials. And because of the tariffs, the stock market is down like 25% just the past week. It's the steepest drop just in years and years. So people have less money in their pocket. So when people think about having babies, they probably will have for sure 1, maybe 2, but not 3 or 4 like in the past, because the cost is just so fantastic. I know several people now where the kids are 30 and 40 years old and they're still living at home. Nothing wrong with that, really, but that's just the way it is. So it's just something to consider that you may be building buildings, and there's won't be that much need 5 years from now. Something to think about. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Frenzy.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Last thing, I was in the library, and they have this really good book of schools, and it shows it lists all the public schools, Catholic schools, religious schools, in the whole downriver area. Anybody want a book? No.
Yeah.
Anybody else want?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Frenzy. And now for our business report. What's that? I wake you up, sorry. Ms. Morgan?
I don't know. I was looking at something. Approval of the 24-25 confirming purchase orders. The attached confirming purchase orders are items that needed to be processed prior to the board approval.
Vice President Janu?
I recommend the Crestwood Board of Education approve the confirming purchase orders as per attachment AA.
Support.
Recommended that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the confirming purchase orders as per attachment AA by trustee Janoon, supported by trustee Elzayat. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Approval of the 24-25 requisitions. The attached list of requisitions are items that buildings or departments would like to purchase for their upcoming needs. The requisitions have gone through all the appropriate approval processes and have been approved by administration for purchase. In addition, there are funds available to make these purchases. Once the requisitions are approved, they will be processed and purchase orders will be sent out.
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Elzayat?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the 2024-2025 requisitions as presented in attachment AB.
Support.
Recommended action by the Crestwood Board of Education that approval of the 2024-2025 requisitions as presented in attachment AB. Motion by trustee Elzayat, supported by trustee Amon. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Approval of bond sales. On April 2nd, 2025, administration went out for pricing on the first series of bonds. The results of the ordering went very well, with a great deal of interest in our bonds. The number of bonds ordered were 4 times the number of bonds available, creating beneficial pricing for the district. Through the sales of these bonds, the district is able to secure $28,895,000 towards the bond project. Attached, please find the ratifying resolutions for the sale of the bond prepared by bond legal counsel Ian Koffler from Troon in conjunction with Nathaniel Watson from PFM Financial Advisors and Louis Orcott from Huntington Bank. A roll call for this is required, though.
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Elzayat?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the ratifying resolution as written per attachment AC.
Support.
The approval of bond sales, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the ratifying resolution as written per attachment AC. Motion by trustee Elzayat, supported by trustee Baydoun. Any discussion? All those in favor?
You need a roll call.
We do need a roll call.
Trustee Amon?
Yes.
Trustee Janu?
Yes.
Trustee Baydoun?
Yes.
Trustee Sabah?
I abstain.
Trustee Elzayat?
Yes.
Trustee Fawaz?
Yes.
I will vote yes. Motion carries.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Contract award for bid number 25.01 for Kinlock. On March 19th, 2025, bid advertisement for asbestos abatements was issued with a bid opening date of April 3rd, 2025. 3 companies submitted bids for the Kinlock Elementary. Administration is recommending that environmental maintenance engineers, as they were the lowest qualified bidder for this project per the bid tabulation attachment.
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Baydoun?
recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education award bid number 25.01 to the environmental maintenance engineers per the attachment recommended letter. See attachment AD. Support.
Crestwood Board of Education award the bid number 25.01 environmental maintenance engineers per the attachment recommendation letter. See attachment AD. Motion by trustee Baydoun, supported by trustee Amon. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Fawaz?
in conjunction to what Mr. Ferenzi was bringing up today, how or if, or are we just taking in consideration what cost of material or other things may cost us just because of the new, things happening with the tariffs, if that is going to affect us?
We are taking that into consideration when we are doing the budget. At this time, we do not have a definite outcome of what that will look like, but we are very aware and are paying attention to what's going on.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you. Contract award bid number 25.03 for Highview. On March 19th, 2025, bid advertisements for asbestos abatement were issued with a bid opening date of April 3rd, 2025. 5 companies submitted bids for Highview Elementary. Administration is recommending qualified abatement services as they were the lowest qualified bidder for this project per the bid tabulation attachment.
Mr. Chair.
Trustee Amen?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education award the bid number 25.03 to qualified abatement services per the attached recommendation letter. See attachment AE.
Support.
All right. Recommendation that the Crestwood Board of Education award bid number 25.03 to qualified abatement service per the attachment recommendation letter. See attachment AE. Motion by trustee Amen, supported by trustee Baydoun. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Contract award board bid number 25.02 for Hillcrest. On March 19th, 2025, bid advertisements for asbestos abatement were issued with a bid opening date of April 3rd, 2025. 5 companies submitted bids for Hillcrest Elementary. Administration is recommending Global Green Service Group as they were the lowest qualified bidder for this project per the bid tabulation attachment.
Mr. Chair.
Trustee Janoon.
I recommend the Crestwood Board of Education award bid number 25.02 to Global Green Service Group per the attached recommendation letter, attachment AF.
Support. Crestwood Board of Education award bid number 25.02 to Global Green Service Group per the attached recommendation letter, attachment AF, was motioned by trustee Janoon, supported by trustee Williamson. Is there any discussion? Yes. Trustee Alzayat.
Just a question, why were these all separated? Did we have to do that?
We didn't have to do it. We did it because, one, you can get better pricing if you separate it out like that. 2, time, because we're doing them all over the summer, so sometimes one company can't do all 3 in the time frame that we need it.
Trustee Baydoun.
Is that an assumption that if you do them separately, you'll get better pricing?
That's because they're competing against all 3 for 3 different things, so yes.
Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
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 Any opposed? All right.
Thank you. That
Ms. Morgan.
concludes the report.
I'm just picking on Andrea, because, you know, she hates to do this, so. All right, there's a special consideration of an action item. Are there any agenda items in the personnel report which board members or the superintendent wish to discuss and vote on separately? If there are, we will exclude those from the motion below. Hearing none, at this time, I will call for a single motion to approve all of the action items of the personnel report with the exception of none. And of any items which have just been excluded from this motion, again, none. So we just need a recommended action.
Mr. Chair,
Trustee Elzayat.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the action items on the personnel report as recommended in this agenda, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law.
Support.
All right, recommendation that the Crestwood Board of Education approve action items of the personnel report as recommended in this agenda, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law, was motioned by trustee Elzayat, supported by trustee Janoun. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any of those opposed? Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. I think that was it. We have one more recommendation, right?
No, we're all set.
No, that's it.
Superintendent report.
Dr. Musalam.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, board, community. So we have, excuse me, no action items, but we have several informational items. First, we have board policy, first reading of board policy updates 39-2, 0131.1, 5320, 5330, 5330.01, 5350, 5460, 8320, 8500, 8510. See attachment B1. You will see in all these attachments that all these updates to policy are technical changes, reformats, additional definitions, as well as legal adds. There is no change to policy, it's just updates to policy from legal. This would be considered your review today as a first reading. We will have a second reading next board meeting and then a vote after that. So please let me know if you have any questions to follow up on those. We have a board policy, first reading to remove a policy is policy 6605. It is attachment B2. You will see we do not allow that within our district. It is a policy that is something that we currently do not have as part of our current process policy. So it's something that we have to remove. It was a policy that we found that we no longer allow. So please, again, this is the first reading. Please review it. Second reading will be next board meeting. If you have any questions in between, please let us know. We get more discussion in the second reading. Third board meeting will be a vote. Just an update, Crestwood Honors and graduation information. The honors convocation is Tuesday, May 27th at 6 p.m. at Crestwood High School Auditorium. Graduation will be Thursday, May 29th at 6 p.m. at the Crestwood High School Outdoor Multi-Purpose Facility. So that's just an update and a reminder. Also a reminder that there will be no school on Friday, April 18th, 2025. And, I just want to give a quick congratulations message to those that are still here and those that may have left. And, again, I want to just reiterate what I mentioned in the beginning before our board brightener. As a school district, it's not just about the academics in the classroom. Yes, the academics is very important. It's a huge component of it. Today we had two presentations from our district strategic team. Both presentations focused on the whole child. The whole child. The student who is extremely successful to the student who is struggling, who can be extremely successful. Too often in education, there's policies or procedures that are put in place where it's a one-size-fits-all. What I tell people all the time is we have to have a base policy. We have to have a foundation. From that foundation, we have to develop, we have to grow, we have to make changes sometimes. But part of that is also understanding that educating the whole child isn't just about what the child does in the classroom. It's about what the child has access to when they go home, what the child is able to, who they're able to turn to at home, also at school. We're not perfect. If we had a perfect system, I would write a book, be a multi-billionaire, and we would solve the problems of the entire world. There is no perfect system. We all know that. But there is the opportunity to continuously review our systems, to continuously look to improve, but to continuously put everything aside other than what is the best for all students. Equity is not equal. What is the best for one student may not be what's the best for another student. And there's a lot of gray area when dealing with children. And too often, people want to look at school districts as a static organization, as an organization that you enter in preschool, you leave in 12th grade, you're ready for college, you go to college, you get out of college, you get a job, you potentially have a family, and you live happily ever after. That's not the reality. And what we have to do constantly is reassess what we're doing. There are things that we're doing today, 5 years later, that we weren't doing 5 years ago. There are things that we're doing today, 1 year later, that we weren't doing a year ago. And it's a continuous self-reflection and improvement. And the reason why I'm saying this is it leads me to my next piece of a unity message. As a Board of Education, you ran for this position not for fame, not for fortune, not to be political. You ran for this position because you focus on our students. As a superintendent, I focus on our students, but politics do play a role into it. And what I always say to everyone is, at the end of the day, let's do everything we can that is in the best interest of our children. Nothing else really matters. And at times, it's going to be difference of opinion. It's going to be, we don't agree with one another. And this unity message I tend to our community. And I say this to our community for a reason. The Dearborn Heights community is a community that stands together. The Dearborn Heights community is a community that I see constantly. When someone loses something, everybody gets together to make sure they can help them. If there's a home fire, next thing we know, we have clothing, we have money, we have gift cards, we have a place to put the children, we have a place to put the parents, people that we don't even know. when there's someone struggling financially or medically, and there's a social media post put out there, hey, help this family, and there's no name tied to it, everybody comes together and they help the family. What we need to do as a community is we need to keep that in mind. Because too often, as a community, we allow others to come into our community to separate us. We need to stick together. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to our children. And our children are watching everything that we adults do. And they will mimic the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, but it's a great movie. And I wanted to talk about this message today because what we witnessed today with our students and our coaches and our volunteers, that's what this board has been asking us to do. And as a board, I appreciate your support in that. To see that it's not just about athletics. You know, pretty soon we're going to be inviting drama and band and more of the arts up for their awards, because I know they got some awards coming out soon. There's different things that happen. And we, as a school district, and I thank the board for this, and I thank all the parent volunteers, because there's a lot of parent volunteers that no one ever hears or sees or even know they do what they do. That unity is what brings success to our kids. And if we continue to focus on our children and we continue to wipe out all the noise, the Dearborn Heights community doesn't need anybody from outside of Dearborn Heights to help them be great. They only need each other. So let's continue moving that forward. That's my message for today, Mr. President.
Well said.
Thank you, Dr. Masalim. Absolutely well said. And now for board comments. Look who goes first.
I want to reiterate everything Dr. Mosallam just said. I'm done. Have a good night.
Next. Thank you, Trustee Elzad.
Great day today. The board brightener, I mean, I'm not going to go through all the teams and everything, but there was something over the weekend that I can't go without mentioning. Forts and Cares event put on by William Ali. All the some of the elected officials from Dearborn Heights faced off against the elected officials from Dearborn. Yes, we really took it to them. We beat them once. They wanted a rematch. We beat them again. Our coach was Trustee Billy Amon over there. He didn't have to do much, but again, he led us to victory.
I clapped.
It was a great event for our lost brother, Abraham Juice Beydoun. It was just something that, you know, I'll let Trustee Amon to go through the details of where the money's going. It was a little bit of a fundraiser, but it was a great event. One more thing, again, every time I open social media, I continuously see tragedies with young folks driving, older folks driving, distracted driving. We see it on Telegraph and Ford Road a couple days ago. It's all I see when I open social media. So please, 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 talk to your kids about driving careful and putting the phone away. That's it.
Thank you, Trustee Beydoun. Trustee Fawaz?
Thank you. Congratulations again to all our athletic teams that were here today. Nice job. Congratulations again to our robotics team. That is a major, major accomplishment. I had Mubarak, I know we're a little late, and happy early Easter, so we're kind of balanced. Congratulations to Ale El Seba, who's been accepted to Columbia University, Brown, Pennsylvania, Johns Hopkins University. What a major, major achievement. And tomorrow, Crestwood girls tennis is playing, Robichard at Crestwood at 4. Also, if you're interested in buying blue shirts, just speak to a National Honor Society student. Proceeds for that help the Angelman syndrome research. And a reminder, Crestwood Theater is presenting Hadestown Teen Edition at Crestwood. And those dates are April 25th, May 2nd and 3rd at 7 p.m., April 27th at 3. And congratulations again to the Dearborn Heights team for beating Fortson and, of course, for fundraising for Mr. Beydoun. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Fawaz. Secretary Williamson?
I just want to congratulate all the athletics and the robotics team, and thank you for coming. It was nice to see, actually get to see all the great accomplishments they've made. And related to Hadestown, they are selling business ads in their playbook. It's for a full page is $100. You can do a half page for $50, or a quarter page for $25 for all the local businesses. So you will be shown in four different plays: the April 26th, 27th, and May 3rd and 4th. If you're interested and want more information, please go to crestwooddrama.com. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Williamson. Vice President Janu?
I mean, again, I will reiterate what everybody else said. I mean, of course, congratulations to all of our student athletes and the robotics team. This is probably, I think, all of our favorite part of our meetings is having the students come out and the families come out, because this is why we're all here. The event over the weekend was, although I didn't play volleyball, I was going to recruit my son, but he already had another tournament. I was going to let him play in my place. I was there to cheer everybody on. It was a great event. I think next time we should host. Just saying. Are we? Okay, okay. So anyways, yeah, so I'll let Billy talk about that a little bit more, but it was a great event.
Thank you, Vice
Thank you.
President Janu. Mr. Treasurer?
Well, I hope everybody had a good break. I myself enjoyed my break. We brought our baby daughter into this world. Baby, thank you. Thank you, baby Lila. So it was a great thing. So, and I was joking with Dr. Musalam over the weekend, telling him my neighborhood alone, about 12 families had babies within the last 3 weeks. Yeah. So in just 3-block radius, 12 families had babies. Yes, girls dominated the neighborhood. So girls, so like it was funny because if you drive down my street, you see all the baby signs on everybody's porch. So nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's like, what? But and girls dominated this year, so there was nothing we can do about that. But it's okay. We enjoy it. There's that. Also, I wanted to congratulate Halokomaya, who is a senior at Crestwood, for her prestigious acceptance into MIT. Congratulations. And to our robotics team, I just want you guys to know I was talking about you today. So I had a staff meeting with my staff. We were talking about, not too long ago, HYPE received some funding and we were giving it out to the schools. And I had to rub it in the CEO's face. He's a Dearborn High guy. I said, my school that I represent is going to Worlds. And he just looked at me. I said, the one that we gave a donation to? He's like, yeah. I said, and the one you gave a donation to is not. Just wanted him to know that. So I was bragging about you guys today. Then we were talking about the volleyball game over the weekend. Yes, Dearborn played Dearborn Heights. It was a fundraiser for Juice Beydoun. The money was going towards his scholarship. He used to give out scholarships every year out of his own salary. So what we did is we're trying to keep those going. And then half of the money was going to, I don't know if everybody remembers, a few months back, there was a young girl who was in an accident right in front of Fortson. Some of that money is going towards that family as well to help them out. Like Trustee Beydoun said, Team Dearborn has been talking about this game for the last couple weeks. Team Dearborn Heights didn't say a word. We showed up on the court, and just let's say Mayor Hamoud, if he has a black guy, it's not our fault. He should put his hands up. Commissioner Sam Beydoun from Dearborn, he claims that he had a cramp, but just so you guys know, our MVP of the game, who was named MVP by everybody there, was Trustee Beydoun, who scored, who scored 9 points in a row on them while they all watched the ball whiz by their heads. So it was a great time. Dearborn Heights firefighters came out. Dearborn Heights police were out there. Myself, Trustee Beydoun, our council chair, Mo Beydoun, was out there. Some of our, Hassan Saab, Hassan Ahmad, we just want to thank everybody that showed up. It was a great time. Sam Jafer from Homeland Security was out there with us. He was also co-MVP with Trustee Beydoun. And it was a great time overall. The next game will be sometime in December at Crestwood. We told Team Dearborn to bring it because we didn't break a sweat, so we need something that's gonna make us work a little bit. We're thinking maybe a wrestling match, I don't know. Saying I'm gonna be calling you in December, but,
We're waiting till December for the next one?
they wanna wait till after elections.
Oh,
We need some time to recuperate,
Yeah, because-
I think, yeah.
Well, what I told Commissioner Baidoon is we don't want them walking, knocking doors, being sore from us, running it on them again,
boy.
so.
Oh, boy.
But again, happy early Easter to everybody, and I hope everybody had a blessed break. And like Trustee Baidoon said, please be safe out there. Our seniors, I know we're graduating, and I know it gets a little crazy, senior skip days, those types of things. We always see tragic news every year, once it hits May, June. So hopefully we don't this year. Congratulations to all the teams, and that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer Amon. And I have to disagree with Trustee Baidoon. I think it was the coaching that helped him win. Having known you for a long time, I know that you're very inspirational, so. And I won't take too long, but I do want to congratulate all the teams that came up today. Zan, I'm very proud of you. I've known you a long time, and you have a very bright future ahead of you. I'm very proud of you. Keep it going. Dr. Musalam earlier mentioned parents and giving back, and your mother is, I hope I don't miss anybody, but Ms. Cram, you are exactly what we talk about, and I want to thank you. Every time I go to a football game, you're standing in there running around volunteering. There's no pay for it. You're volunteering, running around trying to help. We want to thank you for that. We talk about equity and we talk about equality and, things that they're intangible and nobody knows what they mean until you put a picture up. And I think Dr. Musalam put that picture up today for us. It's our job as parents to ensure that we are creating an equitable platform. And then I see the Kamehas, and I know Miss Akil and her family, and I know your husband Mike for a long time, and I see, God bless you, how many children do you have going to Ivy League schools? I mean, listen, I have 4 kids, 4 different personalities, 4 different dreams, 4 different conversations, 4 different arguments every single day. How you got all your kids to be on the same, I know it's all in God's hands, but I think you did a great job, and I want to commend you on that because I think you deserve a lot. And to our robotics team, I hope that we, as a school district, as a community, can do everything that we can to help every one of you guys go. So we'll do what we can to ensure that our local businesses are engaged in trying to help you guys get to where you need to go, okay? Eid Mubarak, belated to everybody. Happy Easter early to everybody. That's why this community is so great, because it's so diverse, yet it's still one. Thank you all. Is there anything anybody else has that they want to add?
Mr. Chair?
One of the students wanted to talk, but she didn't get the chance. She didn't know that she has to be standing there. Is there any way we can have off?
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. You get 2 minutes, though.
sorry, Mr. Chair. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Were you going to say something?
With everybody mentioning events at every meeting, I remember there was an opt-in, like an online thing where you opt in and you get notified of events, no?
It should be on the calendar, if you have, you should, I'll have Kristen.
I just wanted to remind parents that they can do that, because
Yeah.
I know we announce them or whatever,
Oh, you're
but,
talking about on the app?
yes, there's an app,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, the Crestwood School District app, you have to go download the app.
Yusuf,
and
your
you
mic.
can- Oh, thank you.
That's all, I just wanted to encourage everybody to do it. 'Cause-
So I appreciate that, Trustee Alzia. If everyone goes and downloads the app, the Crestwood School District app, you can turn on notifications, you'll get notified of different events and different things that are occurring. Because our main source of communicating right now is through the Crestwood School District app. You can get it from the Android store, the Apple store, it's there. Just look up Crestwood School District, Dearborn Heights, Michigan, because there is a Crestwood School District in Indiana. So just make sure you get Dearborn Heights, Michigan.
I will remind you, Secretary Williamson earlier gave his little due diligence on what you can do and that we can't comment and no names and all that. And so just make sure you stick to that for me, okay? Thank you. Introduce yourself, please.
So, hello, board. My name is Amis Ashgar, and I am a proud member of the robotics team 7174. I am the business lead, and we work heavily around sponsorships and getting money from people in our community. I am thankful for all the help and support that we've received from the board. As you can tell, we did qualify for Worlds, and this is our 4th year, and hopefully many more to come. My biggest thing to ask of you guys is to reach out to me specifically, or anyone on the team that you guys are affiliated with, whether it's Phillips or any of the mentors or the parents of any businesses that you guys are aware of that are willing to sponsor us or willing to support us. I know we did get a good amount of money from Hype, and we were hoping that because Worlds is such a big expense on our team's behalf, we are hoping to look for a little more support so we have a little more of a cushion, and even just not just to finish off this year with hitting the 0 mark. We also want to have a little bit of a cushion for next year. Of course, I don't expect this process to be super fast and easy, but I am here to help you guys every step of the way as to the best that I can, and I know my team has some good knowledge as to what to do as well. So I hope that you guys are willing to reach out, and I hope to have a conversation with you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Amis. Another parent, Mr. Hassan Hajazi, and his wife have also done a lot for the robotics, as many other parents have, so thank you for that. All right. We need a motion. Trustee Williamson?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn by Trustee Williamson, supported by Trustee Fawaz. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
I can't assume that anybody be opposed, so no opposition. Meeting adjourned.